So welcome everybody. Thank you for being here on this this Sunday. We are in the first of the September 2020s on the Sunday, and I appreciate your energy of being here for sure. And I think we want to recognize today around the topic that we don't want to take the spine for granted. And I think the spine is the entryway, this is my belief, is the entryway into your inner world. So if you are not having a conversation with your spine on a regular basis, and I mean kind of like 20 times a day basis, then we're not actually tapping into the potential of your body. And like Dina was saying earlier, the spine is so important, and yet like its compass, literally the compass of your body, physically speaking, if you're not tapping into that compass, then think about how misdirected your physical body can become if you're not aware of how you're using your spine, how you are strengthening your spine, how you're increasing the flexibility of your spine. Now that's beyond the topic of our conversation today. And of course, if I was teaching a physical asana yoga practice, we would be discussing in detail what you can do about your spine and as it relates to yoga. But when you think about the physical practice of yoga, there is a lot to do with the strength and the stability and the flexibility of the spine. There is a reason for that. And it's because the yogis in the tradition thousands of years ago truly believed in the kind of confluence of energy that will then manifest itself within the spine. And again, we can't go into all the details I'd love to today around the energy inside the spine, specifically the chakras that are located there, the nadis that are located there. This is kind of beyond the scope of our conversation today, but I want you to get curious about how you conversate with the spine today. And I mean this on the most sincere level, is to not take the spine for granted and to learn how to create a repetition of checking in with your spine on a regular basis. Now, the basics of Tantra Yoga says that where your mind goes, your energy goes. And most people's minds are out there in the outer world. And true to form, it must be out there in many ways. We must tend to the outer world. I grant that. But at the same token, the yoga tradition says not at the expense of the inner world. So really take that in for a moment. You're not tending to the outer world at the expense of the inner world. And if you're not checking in with your spine 20 times a day, then where is your compass physically? And I say this with lots of passion because I have made a dedicated choice to not have a spine that's truncated, shrunk, compressed in a way that is out of alignment. I will do what I can. One day I just decided I will do what I can every day to make sure my spine remains alive. And yoga obviously has a lot of benefits to that, physically practicing yoga. But today's practice, we can meditatively and breathing wise, we can focus in on the subtle parts of the spine. So think about Tantra, where your energy goes, your mind goes. The reverse is true too, by the way, where your mind goes, energy goes, where energy goes, mind goes. So it's a back and forth. It's a circular process. And like I said earlier, the energy always goes out there at the expense of your inner world. And then we wonder why we feel so empty and tired and lost and without meaning or purpose. Well, because we've never tended to the energy that's inside of us. Here's the other thing I want you to remember is that energy has its own innate intelligence. You can't think through energy. You can't mold it through the mind of thinking, and that's really what we want to do. Our instinct as human beings is to try to figure energy out. And oh man, it's just like taking a bath and just relaxing. It's just not that hard once you direct your mind to the place you want it to go. And today's focus is the spine. So maybe make a resolution to yourself this month that the spine will be more important than ever. And what that does to your choices in terms of physically moving, but also where your mind goes and how you manifest more energy inside your mind, inside your spine, through your mind. This is a big deal because the spine has this channel inside of it, very subtle channel. And this is where I can end our little chat. We'll begin the practice, but just this very thin golden thread. This, I'm giving you the end point. I'm giving you the golden nugget. I'm trying to get you to sort of say, okay, I want that. But the golden nugget is this very thin, spider-like golden thread that runs through the very central channel of the spine. It is not to be seen, but to be felt and experienced and sensed. It's called Sushumna Nadi, for those of you who want to know the name of it. It's the central energy that runs up the spine. Now, think about all of the energy that you can coalesce around you. The fact is, you have energy in your bubble. We talk about bubbles now a lot, right? Well, the bubble of you is about 9 inches around you. That's you too. As much as the physical body's you, so is that 9 inches around you. So that's kind of cool, right? You own more property than you think. It's not just your physical body. So you have 9 inches to be responsible for all around you. Think about taking all of that. This is the resources. This is your bank account of your energy. Think about taking all of that in, from then the physical into the muscles, the tissues, the bones, everything, and you move it into the central channel. And this golden thread that runs the entire length of the spine up into the midbrain. This is no coincidence that the midbrain is where it ends. Not a specific point, but a place, a sense in your mind that's in the middle. And that's where we're going to take our practice today. So please find a comfortable seat. First of all, I want to, recognize that the choice to be here today is bigger than you think. This is not random. For whatever moment we're interfacing today, recognize that this has value. So as you're finding your seat most comfortable, just recognize that you have chosen to be here today. That is a big deal. And that some little experience or big experience, but something about today's practice will bring you a step closer towards your inner world. Now, deciding to settle the eyes closed. It's really important today, everybody, that your seat is comfortable. Please have no doubts about the space that your body is occupying. And have no doubts about the comfort and stability of your seat. Asana literally means seat. And the yogis thousands of years ago believed this was asana. This was the practice of asana. Just scan the physical body. Really just use your mind to scan the physical form. You can do it top down, bottom up. Go nice and slow. Notice anything that's a little uncomfortable or just needs a little more attention. Sometimes it's the jaw, sometimes it's the neck. But use your mind like a Xerox machine, copying a piece of paper, just scanning up and down. You will find yourself settling in now physically. You will feel yourself sort of lock in to the moment that you're comfortable. At least physically have no doubt that you are where you need to be. Hands are where they need to be. Feet are where they need to be. Shoulders and neck and the head feels just right. Now place all worldly concerns to the side. All outer world concerns have no place in space in this moment. Just know there's time after practice to tend to them. I want you to take the next minute or so just to relish in stillness and recognize that that bubble that's around you and the space inside that bubble becomes a lot more enlivened through stillness. This is just about being right now, just resting in this space. Don't try to do anything. Don't try to create. Just be. Settled in a still space, still body. Beautiful. So let's now do alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana. This is taking the two extremes of energy, the moon energy and the sun energy. And think about playing with the extremes of energy. Think about playing with these polar opposites of energy as we do alternate nostril breathing. So taking your right hand, it's going to be the thumb on one side and the ring finger on the other side of the nose. Tuck the other fingers into the palm. Blow the air out of the mouth. Completely exhale, drawing the navel back towards the spine. Then please block your right nostril and breathe into your left nostril. Nice and smooth. Then block your left nostril and exhale slowly out your right nostril. Just as smooth. See if you can make this movement continuous. Block your right, inhale left. Block your left, exhale right. Block your right, inhale left. Block your left, exhale right. Now inhale right. Block your right, exhale left. Block left, inhale right. Block the right, exhale left. Block the left, inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. It's the moon side. Exhale right. Inhale left, moon. Exhale right. Inhale right, sun. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Nice and smooth. Control. Now inhale left, moon side. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. And exhale right. Last time. Last exhale. Good. Now release the arm down. Place the hand back on the leg. I'd like you to take some deeper breaths through both nostrils. So this is a time that you're going to cultivate what we call ocean breathing or ujjayi breathing. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's a very simple contraction in the back of the throat. You're just kind of taking the glottis and drawing a little tightness to it. And then you can hear and feel the sound of the breath like an ocean wave crashing into the shore. Kind of slow motion quality. So just cultivate a smooth and circular breath. Now, this isn't as simple as it sounds, and I grant you that it's conscious work. But recognize that now we're moving into the breath in a more subtle way. This is about healing the emotional and mental side of the being that you are. This is about creating new patterns in the nervous system. It's about accessing the vagus nerve, that is the 10th cranial nerve that runs up the spine towards the brain stem, into the brain. The vagus nerve affects all the organs. It's called the wandering nerve. So as you exhale, you're actually squeezing that nerve. But just focus on the smooth and circular part of it. Just give yourself time to sense that. Cultivate consciousness around that space. So no part of the breath is out of your awareness. This is a relatively easy ratio of breath. Not too deep, not straining. And notice if there's any stopping in the breath, or there's any rigidity or tightness in the breath. Really want to work that out through mindfulness. It's like the mind is sandpaper, smoothing out the roughness in the breath. This marriage of breath and mind is actually one that is natural and necessary. The two want to be together. Now begin to take the feeling of breath, the experience of breath, into this next phase. So just continue to watch the breath and focus less on technique or all the detail, and just feel the experience of breathing. Wherever you are, what I'd like you to do is exhale down towards the base of the spine. Join me, and so we're all in sync. And then you're going to inhale up towards the midbrain. So you're using your awareness of mind to exhale down, and think of it like a channel, a funnel, a tube that's going down in towards the base of the spine, the pelvic floor, the perineal wall, and then lifting it back up through the breath, slowly, noticing all the details up through the spine. Just sensing that space. Remember, energy goes where the mind goes, one of the tenets of Tantra. So you're taking your mind, using it to focus the energy inward as you rise up and down the inside of the spine. Now, if this is all new to you, it's going to be a fun journey to experience this and just get acquainted with it and accept where you are in the journey. Don't worry or concern yourself with that. Otherwise, just begin to enjoy the refinement of the experience of breathing and how you are connecting the breath with moving it up and down the spine. The breath in its quality becomes more subtle the more we go inward. The breath becomes less loud, becomes a little more refined in the shape. And again, I would like you to access the leaning on the experience of breath, the sensation of breathing. You're drawing a line of consciousness inside the body. That's coloring over and over this line up and down inside the spine. You want to see if your mind can follow the entire flow of the experience inside the spine, from the base to the top and then back down. Knowing that this is about refinement, knowing that the more subtle, the better. Less loud, more smooth the breath, the more refined the shape, the more the experience expands. And I'll give you some time to do that now, just playing in your own space. Give you a couple minutes of silence. There's an effortless quality that's coming now. Just embrace that. Please continue. You are not the doer. You're just accessing what's already there. Now, please finish your next exhale, remaining alert to the experience inside the spine, all of it, the full extent of it, up and down. You are not the doer. You're just accessing what's already there. Now, as if there's a very thin blade of grass inside the spine, I'd like you to gently sway the spine in the most subtle of breezes that's imperceptible to the naked eye, but you can feel this gentle side to side movement. So the smaller the movement, the more you'll discover, the more you'll feel. The blade of grass is just flowing so effortlessly, so subtly in the breeze, so gently in the breeze. I'd like you to sway the spine. Just find the feeling of this subtle movement. And then find stillness and see what that feels like. Brighten your witness, the one who watches and observes the practice. If the mind becomes busy, distracted, return to the swaying of the spine, just a little side to side, subtle, all up and down the spine. And then return back to stillness, return back to presence. Remaining aware and awake inside the spine, not seeking anything, not wanting anything, not trying to make something happen. You are not the doer. You're merely accessing what's already there and feeling the experience unfold. Your breath is effortless. Body stable and still. And simply resting the mind inside the spine. Use the swaying of the spine if the mind becomes busy. Otherwise, remain in the endeavor. Please bring your attention to the center of your chest, in the space of the heart, deep within the chest cavity. Nothing to reach for, nothing to accomplish, nothing to create, nothing to do. Just simply taking energy there at the center of the chest, deep within. Just notice, observe, feel. This is the space of I am enough. Please begin to deepen your breath in that space, expanding and contracting the chest. I am enough. Nice and smooth, circular. And then place your hands in prayer position and bring your thumbs to the center of that space, the thumbs meeting there, the sternum. Still breathing deep, please, and circular. And then relax the breath and bow the head down towards the prayer. And just offer your own moment of reflection from the practice today. Just feel the confluence of all that you experienced in the last minutes of your life and reflect on what's different, not from a thinking place, but from a feeling place. Quality of the body, quality of your energy, quality of the mind, quality of your spirit, and the value of the inner world and its needing to be heard. Thank yourself for showing up for this practice today, and then when you're ready, slowly come out of the practice. The meditation is now complete. And welcome back, everybody. So, so here we are. Thank you for being here, of course. I appreciate your energy around that and showing up. If anybody has anything to share, I'd certainly would love to create that space now to hear you listen. So all you need to do is unmute yourself and share.
So Joe, this is Randa. I don't
Hey,
normally
Randa.
speak up. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good, good. So the amount of calmness, I just get almost lost in myself when I meditate or do yoga with you on a Sunday morning. The feeling of unbelievable serenity and peacefulness and the ability to block out all that outer world is remarkable. It's truly remarkable. And today I felt that incredible inner calm and serenity and peace, and it felt wonderful. So thank you.
You're welcome. If I may reflect on that, the mind is innately calm. It seems so bizarre. Really, the mind is innately it knows and wants it to be calm. And yet we've acquired, listen to the words, because it was eye-opening for me when I heard this, taught to me, we've acquired the chaos.
I missed that word. We've acquired what?
Sorry, we've acquired the chaos.
The chaos.
Or the disturbed, distracted, confused, stupefied mind. That's chaos to me. The mind that cannot be in its own essential nature is a mind that is busy. A mind that cannot be in its own essential nature is a busy mind. It's a distracted mind. It's a confused mind. It's unfocused. It doesn't know itself. And the only way for the mind to know itself, Randa, is to become still, to become quiet. So your joy that you feel is the mind's innateness coming back to itself. It's in fact the mind saying, thank you for returning itself back to where it knows to be. Yeah.
Very
Good.
interesting.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Good. Who else has some thoughts? It's very helpful for everyone to hear others' words besides my words, and your reflections certainly help others. So think of it that way too.
I don't have a reflection, Joe, but I definitely loved that entire time of breathing. I mean, time wasn't important. I love being inside my spine, inside my body, and inside my heart center. It was just groovy and wonderful. Thank you. Loved it.
Groovy's good.
I'll speak. When we were focusing on the energy stream through the spine, I was just feeling a sense like a buzzing and a sense of strength and power, not so much peace, but just focusing on, you know, that I'm grounded in this space, in this seat, and that the spine is supporting me. And it was nice. Thank you.
Good. Good. Anyone else?
Sure.
Hey, Ralph.
Hi. What happened for me was I was calm, and you know, thoughts come in my mind and they leave, or I send them away. And then I had a thought of the Statue of Liberty on water skis with somebody balanced on her shoulders. Now,
You take acid today?
what? Yes, I take it every morning. But it's like, where is she coming from? I know where she is. She's right over there, but still. But it's just, it was almost, and it wasn't solid. It was very, like you could see through her. Now more I said, okay.
Did that image stay with you for a while?
A little bit, until I realized what it was. And I said, oh, look at that.
Okay.
I could draw a Freudian story with that, but I won't.
Ah, there you go, Amy.
Too bad. All
Well,
good.
I mean, what does the Statue of Liberty represent, Ralph?
Well, welcoming, freedom, you know, that kind of thing.
You know, what does it mean to you? I mean, symbols are very relative, dependent on the person. I mean, the cross may mean something to someone, but nothing to another. And so the Statue of Liberty to you might mean something. When you're in the space of your mind and inner world, you might have a reflection around that going, that means something to me. It's less random than you think.
Okay, I mean, I don't really know right now, specifically.
And no need to know.
Okay.
Tantra says, if you don't know what it means right away, then you don't know, you're not ready to know. So just wait, and maybe it'll figure itself out later. No need to toil over it. Good, thanks for sharing. One day, Ralph, I'm going to see your face in full, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I just get a glow. I get a glow from you. There you are.
There you go.
The bulb is in my eyes.
I'm just teasing, Ralph. I'm teasing. It's all good. So Barry's here. Thank you. Suzanne's here. Wonderful. Thank you all for being here. Does anybody else have anything else to share? I know we've run a little bit longer than normal, but just anybody have any other thoughts on your mind that important to get off your chest and into the world? If not, I'm here to pitch to you more inner world stuff. And I have taken some time now to really dive into the mind for September. I really encourage you to sign up for that opportunity.
We can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No, Barry is trying to talk. And
Barry trying, yeah, I had a sense that Barry was trying to say.
Oh, Barry, I'm sorry.
Barry, you have to
I can't.
unmute yourself.
I don't know how to tell her to unblock her.
There
Barry?
you go. There you go.
There you go.
Right.
I said I found it difficult maintaining focus when we were breathing in our spine. I kept losing my focus, but then I would sway and get back. And then through the heart, I felt more calm and I felt myself getting there faster than through the spine.
Interesting. So even the breathing was challenging in that way.
Yeah, because I always breathe through figure 8. So I found it more difficult with the spine. I don't know why.
When you said figure 8, say that more. What was that?
Like an infinity. Like when I do my breathing, it's always an infinity symbol. I don't know why. It always pops in my head.
I think if I could reflect on that, it might be just a new way to refine your energy. So maybe you're so used to this infinity energy that's kind of gliding in your mind and your body. You're feeling that, which is probably very connective to you and helpful. But maybe what we were doing today was a little bit more refined, a little tinier space, a little bit more asking a little bit more of your inner life to kind of bring it into a specific space. So maybe maybe that's a new experience for you. And I'm wondering if just that idea of drawing everything into such a refined little space of the spine might just, your natural tendencies might just be at play here. Not meaning, it's all relative, right? So the infinity sign, of course, is important to you, but energy wants to know itself very condensed. It's at its most powerful state when it's most condensed. When you can bring energy into a very specific place, then it expands. So think about that. And so your infinity sign eventually wants to go someplace. It needs to land someplace. And again, it's good to get you in there, but then you want to give it a home. You want to give it someplace. So maybe take the infinity sign and you draw it inside the spine. Maybe you weren't able to take that image and give it its own shape within the spine. So, there's some playing there for you to do.
Okay.
But it's all about moving energy, shaping it like clay, like dough, like just putting it into some place specific.
I would like to just say something to Barry. So Wilhelm Reich and John Parakis definitely have the orgone therapy of a figure 8. And this has been going on for years and years and years. I do think of my energy in a figure 8, but I think about it in all different ways. But when you said that, it made complete sense to me. I mean, I was just going up and down in my spine today, but I understand your figure 8 completely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's
and there's no
the pelvis together. It says that whole heart pelvis thing.
Yeah, and it's not a right or wrong here. It's just another opportunity. It's just another way to think about it. So, it's all good in the end. And again, Tantra always says, if your life is beautiful, then no worries. Just make sure your life is great and do what you need to do to be beautiful in life. So with that, I want to thank everybody. Think about signing up for the opportunities on my homepage with the mind. We've got some mind deep diving, and we've got the Yoga Nidra coming up in Thursdays in September. So think about those opportunities as well, and keep in touch, everybody. Thank you all.
Thank you, Joe. Have a happy Sunday.
A happy Sunday.
Safe travel home.
Peace out, everybody.